Your hair looks very good today.
Well, thanks. I did it myself.
Did you do it before the episode?
No, I did it this morning.
This is what it looked like this morning. Mm-hmm. Look at you putting product in your hair.
I'm kind of awesome.
Miracles do happen.
It'll be a miracle if they find your body.
I'm not scared of you. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Relation Chat, our weekly after show for our podcast, Relation Shit. We, of course, are your hosts, the Critellis. I am Marco.
And I'm Tony.
Welcome to yet again another week. So excited to be back. And of course, we got to start off every episode the right way, and that is with another cocktail. Got another glass of wine. And another vodka soda. So excited about this week's episode, right?
It was a good one.
Independent women, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this episode, we talked about relationship independence and how it's very awkward to be in a relationship but still feel like you want to be able to have the opportunity to do the things that you like and be the person that you are outside of your significant other.
It's awkward, but it's really necessary.
It's super necessary, but it's a very delicate balance and very interesting dance. So this was fun. So we, of course, read two articles that we presented to y'all that were super great. The first one is an article that was on Talkspace, and the article was written by a guy named Ben Gullard, and that was how to maintain independence while in a relationship. What a very informative article, right?
It was a good one. It was short.
Yeah. Was there a point or two that you were really moved by?
No, this one was yours.
In all of it, did you care about any of them?
I did. The reunite again and again was a really good point, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's about reconnecting, reuniting, and doing it over and over and over.
Sure.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. That was actually, of course I loved the first one that I was talking about, knowing your habits and understanding your history. I thought that was very informative, but I thought it was even more exciting to talk about reuniting again and again and just forcing that to happen and making sure that is kind of the point of what you're doing. I thought that was great. Mm-hmm. But there was another really great article that we read that was on Bustle. And that was 11 ways to be independent in a romantic relationship no matter what. And this article was written by Raven Ishak,
mm-hmm.
something like that. Sorry to butcher the name. I apologize. But what did you gather from this one that was really exciting?
The big one for me was do something by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that so often we get into a relationship, and I'm guilty of this. You spend all your time together and you don't do enough just alone, to reconnect with yourself. So it has all kinds of great ideas of doing something with your friends without your significant other and all these other things. But I think for me the most important was just do something by yourself, ground yourself, remove yourself from your connectivity with everything other than self or nature or whatever, and just sort of spend some time with that. I thought that was really important.
Do you think that you don't spend enough time by yourself?
No, I don't. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I need to do it more, for sure.
That's interesting. I thought talk about a gut punch, the finding a new hobby one,
mm-hmm.
which was probably the one point that really got to me, only because I was I definitely don't. If you think that you don't spend enough time by yourself, then I damn sure don't. And I definitely don't do it. I don't do it in an effort to find something for myself or exploring for myself, and even thinking about that was such a foreign concept for me. So I thought that was really interesting. So of course you guys know that we will post the links to those articles in our Instagram page, on our Instagram page, so that everyone could take a look at that. But they were really good articles. Make sure you listen to the episode to get even more information about what we talked about and some of our feelings about it. But we would also love to hear from you guys and how it translated for you as well.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's hop right into our listener shituation for the week. I'm guessing that's you hopping.
That was me hopping.
That'll be interesting.
This one says, "Hey guys, thanks for all that you do and have already done. You're welcome. I'm a fan of the podcast and have just one simple question. How do you guys deal with exes and the sharing of one's dating history? My current BF is very secretive about his past relationships and is making me wonder. It's making me wonder why. Am I being paranoid, or is there something I should worry about? Well, this is a challenging question because I don't really know how to deal with these situations, because Marco had one boyfriend before me and was a virgin.
Lies. Lies. I do have a dating history.
No, he doesn't. No,
I do have a dating history, but Tony has to tell himself that in order to get through each day. I can say personally, I think that exes are learning experiences. Mm-hmm. I think that your current boyfriend not wanting to talk about it is that's a different issue. Weird. Mm-hmm. It's a little weird. My guess is some bad stuff has happened, some of which could potentially be his fault. And he's trying to make himself still look good under all of those scenarios. Mm-hmm. Or, maybe there's a honeymoon phase. You didn't say how long you guys were together or are together at this point. So I would definitely side eye him about that, because that's a little weird. But beyond that, I do think it's important. Tony and I handle it pretty fine. I guess we don't really, I personally don't care too much about it or think twice about it. And Tony's actually somewhat secretive, not really secretive, but is not very forthcoming with information about his past relationships. But it literally has nothing to do with me. I really don't care.
No, the person that you're with right now became that way from all the dating that they had, all the experiences that they had. So I tend to sort of focus on that and cherish that. But I do think if you get a sense that he's being secretive, that you might want to explore that. It's kind of important. Your gut is your best friend, and you should never ignore it.
Yeah, this is really shaky territory, though, because, literally you could pull the wrong thread and, the whole relationship falls apart because of it, right? So you have to be very, very, very careful, because you don't want to go in there being accusatory. You don't want to go in there, kind of guns a-blazing and saying, you're not telling me anything, so I think that maybe you're a cheater in some capacity or something like that. But I definitely would tell him how you're feeling. I'm a little concerned because I feel like I've been so forthcoming with the history of me and my exes, and it seems like you're hiding something from me, and it's making me feel a little anxious, because I don't know why you wouldn't tell me about anything. I don't really know that I care about anything that's happened in the past, especially since we're together in the present. But I just want to let you know that you do have a sounding board, and if you do want to talk about it or want to just let me in a little bit on the situation, then I think that would be super helpful.
Yeah, or maybe set the stage in a really inviting manner and sort of take it all on yourself and say, hey, I'm going kind of crazy in my head, and it would really help me if you could talk about this, sure. And put it on you and make it so that he is helping you.
Yeah, I think it's super simple, but much to your point, yeah, I kind of would be a little worried.
I would explore it and not let it go, for sure.
Yeah, because that's a little weird. Because like I said, and my guess is either he's trying really hard to make himself look good, so he doesn't want to talk about that stuff, or two, he did something that he doesn't want to talk about because he doesn't want to scare you off because of it.
Yeah, he's impressing you or he's hiding something from you.
Yeah, neither of which are really good. But definitely write back and let us know how it goes, because I would love to hear all about that there. I think that would be great. So that is going to do it for this week's second Listener Shituation. So we're excited about that. Of course, you guys know to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We are at Pod Relationship. And please interact with us, DM us, have fun. It'll be great. And then if you would like to be on either the podcast or on this show, you can definitely email us at relationshipquestions@gmail.com, and we'll try to answer your questions here. Thanks again for another great episode. We'll see you guys next week. We love you all. Have a good time. Bye.